One of the images that keeps coming to me is that, like, we're these little boats in the midst of a big storm, and we have a choice that we can make. One is just to go from wave to wave, just reacting to circumstances. But this is a time for what I call lighthouses. The ones that are going to lead for the world that they want to see within these stormy seas. And so there is a piece here, an important piece around leadership, which is, are we just going to react to circumstances, being thrown from wave to wave until maybe our boat capsizes? Or are we going to step into creating something new? Because all these stormy seas are about is, it's about what I call the old world falling. And it's time that old world fell. It wasn't built consciously. You know, in the last 20 years, we've probably done more research than any other time about what it takes for human beings to truly flourish. And none of that information has really been integrated into our current system. It was not fit for purpose. And there may be some things we keep from that system, but we need to do this sorting out consciously so that we can really start to envision the future that we want for ourselves, for our families, for our communities, for humanity itself. And that we start to become the leaders who create that, who lead for the new world that we want to see. And in terms of the stand that we are about at Positive Energy Leaders, it's about standing for a vision of a world where we stop the destruction march that we're on and we reverse it and actually create a world where we flourish. Where we flourish within ourselves, where we flourish together, and we flourish with the home planet that we're on. But what that really means is we have to stop reacting to circumstance and start creating. Start stepping into creator. That is the antidote that you're looking for. Because the reality is you can always create. I'm not saying it's easy, and sometimes circumstances are hard, and it seems impossible to create. But you always have the ability to create. And at these unprecedented times, there are a lot of people now who are awake enough, who want to create something different, something new. And so it's time that we think about what it is we actually want to create. Rather than simply polarize, simply fight. What's interesting is I learned a long time ago. I was a litigator, I was a mediator, and later on I learned a lot around emotional intelligence and emotionally intelligent leadership. And what I learned is when we fight, or when we're triggering fights, it's because we're not willing to go to the next level that we're called to. It's like a new vision wants to emerge for ourselves, our lives, our work, our leadership, and we're refusing it. We're aborting it. And so instead of fighting, instead of reacting, it's time we step into creator and we really look at what is that new vision that is wanting to emerge, and how can we focus all our energy on supporting that vision to emerge rather than just fighting, I call fighting the old. One of my favorite quotes, and the essence of it is, you don't ultimately create change or create a new reality by fighting the old reality. You just build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. And that's what we need to focus on. So stop reacting to circumstances. Really connect to what you care about Dig deep into that vision. Don't just stay superficial. Don't just stay in terms of the other side of the polarity, I just want to be right. What does it truly mean for us as human beings to flourish on this planet? Together with each other and the planet that we're on. And from there, ask yourself, what is your contribution going to be to that? How are you being asked to show up? And start leading for that new vision that you want to see. You are not alone. There are many of us at this point who are building and fully committed to building that new model. And so just get going. And if it feels lonely, then join us.